Hello everyone, you are on the Mobi channel and I am glad to see you on my channel again. In this video I will analyze the entire season 21, we will remember with you all the main points that happened during this season, reveal some hidden details, and also build theories about future episodes. The video turned out to be very interesting and quite long, so be sure to watch it to the end. And also I really ask you to put a like on this video, because it helps a lot in its promotion. And also do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so as not to miss anything new from the world of Skibidi Toilet. We are starting. Season 21 opens with 63 episodes and I suggest starting with its analysis. First we are shown the battle of Skibidi Toilets and agents. The operator is behind the installation with which he easily destroys Skibidi Toilets. As we will see later, this is an improved machine of cameraman agents. Next, the helicopter that flew up to Skibidi shoots missiles at the operator and the cameraman flies away from the explosion for a long distance. Then he sees the cameraman running from the Skibidi toilet, which has a jetpack and has sharp paws resembling needles. This Skibidi samurai quickly catches up with the cameraman and destroys him by taking the camera from him. Next, the Skibidi samurai is already heading to the operator, but he is paralyzed by a cannon and then we see a new character, whom we have not seen before. I called him the Dark Speaker Man. He comes with two knives, and it looks like knives are the signature weapons of Speakerman agents. We have seen more than once how Speakerman agents use knives exclusively. Also, against the background of the cameraman, it is clear that the Dark Speaker Man is taller than ordinary agents. His design is very similar to one Speakerman who was in episode 24. Then, for the first time we were shown Speakerman agents at all. Perhaps he is, but already improved. He also looks like a speaker woman. He has the same headphones and the color of the suit. I assume that they are somehow connected. On the back of the Dark Speaker Man is a jetpack with which he flies up to the Skibidi samurai and pierces him with his knives, from which the enemy immediately dies. Next, our POV operator pulls his hand to help him get up, but the Dark Speaker refuses to help the cameraman. And then he had to get up himself. Then an improved car with agents drove past them. This is exactly the car in which the POV operator was sitting at the beginning of the episode. But then the Skibidi hybrid literally flies into the car. He takes this car and throws it into the building. But the hybrid attacked not alone, but with Skibidi helicopters in support, and suddenly the helicopters began to shoot down a very fast unidentified object. And those who are familiar with the series realized that this is the ability of Glitch Toilet. Even the hybrid turned out to be at a complete loss from this, after which something happened that everyone had been waiting for a long time. The plunger cameraman returned and, as we had previously assumed, the plunger cameraman received an improvement from the very Glitch Toilet, which was neutralized in episode 54. By the way, here we see the secret agent again, who, as always, is watching what is happening. One of the cameramen begins to laugh at the improvement of the cameraman's plunger, thinking that he, like the scientist cameraman, has completely replaced the lower part of his body and that he is now half a toilet. And yes, this is the same cameraman with a red shirt who was saved by Speaker Woman in episode 61. Also, as you remember from the analysis of episode 65, I will give him the name Lucky Cameraman. Next, the Lucky Cameraman, for his jokes, flies into the plunger right into the camera and we see that the cameraman's plunger did not become half a toilet. His lower body was completely restored and with this gesture he tells the Speaker Woman fan to fuck off, and our POV operator shows a thumbs up in response, reminding you that it's time to put like this video. But then the Skibidi hybrid raises his head and it turns out he was alive all this time, but a wounded big Speaker Man approaches him from behind, who in turn finishes off the hybrid. And it would seem that the Skibidi toilet in this location is finished, but in the sky you can see a Skibidi plane that destroys everything that is under it, but it, in turn, is destroyed. And we see a whole air force led by Titans in it. You can notice not only the helicopters of cameramen and speaker men, but also the recently shown air transport of the speaker men, as well as the flying apparatus of cameramen, which was shown to us a long time ago in episode 13. Titans fly past this location and we move to episode 64. The episode begins with the POV operator seeing agents and Skibidi toilet running away from something, and one speaker even climbed on this Skibidi toilet to quickly escape. This is the first time in the series when we are shown how toilets cannot intentionally help to survive. I wonder if this will go further in the series and whether we will see a full-fledged union between them. Next, the operator looks around the corner and we see what everyone is running from is a new improved SKIBIDI vacuum, which instead of a toilet uses an oven on wheels with fire and saws inside. He just pushes everything inside himself on the move and destroys it. By the way, one of the cameramen easily dodged this opponent by simply pressing himself against the wall of the building. Jimmy also personally controls how this battle is going on and does not even interfere, but only watches. The improved SKIBIDI vacuum abruptly stops here. The Titan Speakerman flies out and attacks the enemy and his guns. But it was only to distract attention to him, because Titan Cameraman flies out from behind the back of the Titan Speakerman and completely destroys such a giant SKIBIDI toilet with one swing of the jet hammer. This once again shows us that the Titan Chamberlain is very strong. Also behind him we see their entire air army with which they flew in episode 63. The Titan Cameraman looks at the Titan G toilet, and Jimmy seems to remember the taste of the hammer, because the blow that was applied to him in episode 57 was very strong, because the Titan of Toilets still remains wounded. He sends a new improved SKIBIDI toilet and Jimmy himself retreats, smiling cunningly. SKIBIDI Rocket Man launches a rocket with acid at Titans. After all, as we remember, acid damages agents very much. Titanium Cameraman completely neutralizes the acid rocket with its new shield. As you remember, the cameraman already had a shield in episode 57, but this one is clearly improved because it does not take up much space, due to the fact that it consists of a special barrier that can at any time form into a device fixed on the Titan's arm. The Titan of the Speakerman flies around the SKIBIDI Rocketeer from behind, dodging his missiles and washing him away. By the way, while the Titan Speakerman flew around the enemy, we see that all the cameraman helicopters did not fly away, but hung in the air. Most likely, they are waiting for the Titans to finish and then the helicopters will land cameraman engineers who will begin to repair the wounded agents. We also see an inscription on the screen that says trap. Further, after flushing the enemy, the toilet began to squeak and then we see that it is a bomb. Chamberlain Titan without thinking twice took this bomb and flew away from this place, because there are still agents who can be saved or repaired. Next we see a very big explosion, but the Titan Cameraman remains alive. Remember this moment, because we will return to it in the analysis of the next 65 episodes. Next, for SKIBIDI helicopters appear, destroy them with the Titan Cameraman using your finger. This ability has already been shown to us during its improvement. The POV operator, as always, shows a like and receives it in response from the Titan Cameraman, but the Titan Speakerman reminds that the Titan G toilet is flying away from them and they need to catch up with it quickly. The Titans are flying away and we see a very strange phenomenon. The face of DaFuq appeared on all the screens. He is a secret agent and he himself is standing and watching the POV operator, and now DaFuq literally shows us his ability. When his identity is already revealed to us, I am very interested to find out who he is in the series. But we go further. We're moving on to episode 65. It all starts with how the SKIBIDI policeman destroys the cameraman's agents and looks at our POV cameraman. This time it turned out to be the very lucky cameraman who was saved by the speaker woman. For some unknown reason, the SKIBIDI policeman did not destroy the operator. According to assumptions, he may have done this so that the rest of the agents could see what is going to happen now, because as we remember from the plot of episode 60, the big agent TV man can broadcast the recordings from the cameras of the cameraman agents and show it to other agents. Next we see a large SKIBIDI toilet and we are shown a Titan SKIBIDI scientist, who is in anticipation of the upcoming plan. Then the Titan G toilet arrives, which, as we remember, flew away from the Titans in the last 64 episode. Then the Titans cameraman and speakerman arrive. Then an unexpected plot twist happens, because all the SKIBIDI toilet retreat and Jimmy looks questioningly at the scientist, and he just waved his claw at him in response and teleports. Jimmy the Titan was in complete shock. But then he began to actively attack the Titans, and to be honest, it was a very epic battle that was similar to previous battles. For example, there are many references to battles with the Titan TV man. Perhaps the author specifically hints at his imminent return. By the way, write in the comments what do you think when the Titan TV man will return. I think we should wait for him in the next 2 seasons. The key event of this battle was that the Titan G toilet turned out to be not real. All this time it was controlled by another SKIBIDI toilet. This threw the Titans into shock, from which they simply froze in place. But then a terrible thing happened. After all, a large amount of explosives filled with acid was brought down on the Titans. And remember, I told you to remember the moment from episode 64 when the Titan cameraman flew away with a bomb, it exploded and he survived. There wasn't even a scratch on Titan after that explosion. And after this explosion, the Titan suffered a lot, and all this was due to the fact that the explosives were filled with acid. The Titan cameraman was particularly hard hit. In the end, he tries to tell us that everything is fine, but in fact everything is very terrible, because now the Alliance has temporarily lost the strongest Titan. Let's put the like so that the Titan cameraman returns to the ranks as soon as possible and becomes even stronger. Titan Speakerman has not received such significant damage, but it will also be repaired. I wonder how our POV operator survived. After all, the explosion was very strong. Probably it's because this cameraman is lucky. And now let's stand a little theory about how the next 66 episode can begin and what the opening of the new 22nd season of Skibidi Toilet will be. It is unlikely that the next episode will show us how cameraman helicopters, together with engineers, land at the same airport to rescue agents. We will also most likely not be shown how the Titan Speakerman carries the damaged comrade of the Titan cameraman to the base of the cameraman agents. I think that episode 66 will start in a completely different location. Perhaps they will finally show us the agents of TV Mans, because we haven't seen them since the Titan Speakerman was cured of the Skibidi parasite. I will release a separate video about what we can be shown in the next 66 episodes, so subscribe and turn on all notifications so as not to miss this video. This concludes my analysis of the 21st season of Skibidi Toilet. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon.